Hi guys, we are in Miami. As you know, we're shooting the new season of the Something Else show, and for the first episode that we choose to do out here, we are here in the beautiful Wind building.
The Wind building.
The Wind building, but there's no wind today, fortunately, in Brickell, Miami. And next to me on my right side is one of the best producers and DJs that you can find here in Miami, but not just in Miami. So please guys say hello to Moody Jones.
Hello everyone.
How are you, Moody? How are you doing today?
Really good. I love this hot tub idea.
Yeah, you do?
It's a great idea.
You're wearing a shirt though.
I know, I'm trying to do a whole moment where I take off my shirt. I just thought it was weird to start with my shirt off.
And your hat and your glasses.
The hat was a stretch, but I'm feeling it.
Okay, cool. So we're here in beautiful Miami. You're kind of a resident here, but not like 100%, right?
No, I live between San Francisco and Miami.
Okay.
You know, two opposite extremes. They help keep me sane.
Okay. How does that work for you?
So, I mean, I work at a record label called Empire, and our head office is in San Francisco.
Okay.
And so throughout the week, most weeks, I'm in the office, you know, with my team. And then, you know, dance music is happening in Miami. So I come here often, especially if I have to go to Europe or travel somewhere else, Mexico or whatever. And parties here are good. People here are cool. And so I go back and forth at least once or twice a month.
Once or twice a month. So do you like it better here or in San Francisco? If you will need to choose one city, is there like a favorite one for you?
Favorite one, I think I'm lucky that I have both, and I don't need to pick a favorite. But career-wise, for my professional career as a GM of a record label, San Francisco is an incredible place to be. As an artist or a business developer or an entrepreneur and things like that, Miami's the place to be. And I love the weather here. And you know,
sure, yeah, I know.
I don't think I would do a hot tub podcast in San Francisco.
Well, this is kind of a Miami thing, you know, because we were like thinking about where we should do this interview. We thought about Scarface and his moment at but he had like an inside. Like
it was an
indoor hot tub, yeah, right? And he called out the pelicans. He was like, "Well, pelicans fly. We don't have pelicans here, but we have
we need more budget for pelicans.
We need more budget. We need more budget for pelicans." Okay. So when we were talking about when we were gonna shoot this interview, we remembered the legendary scene in the Scarface, where Tony Montana, like my, you know, people call me Hannah Montana. People used to call me that.
I see it now.
Yeah, okay. So he was sitting like this and he said, "Little pelicans fly." So you're originally from Egypt, am I right?
Correct. I was born in Egypt.
Okay.
My parents are Egyptian. I consider myself to be fully Egyptian. And I've been in America for 5 years.
Oh, nice. So how come that you came to the States in the first place?
So I went to, I grew up in
Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia. I lived there for 14 or 15 years. We didn't have American colleges. I mean, English colleges.
Okay.
And so when I graduated from high school, there was nowhere to continue my education. So I immigrated to Canada. I went to engineering school. I was an industrial engineer. And then I just studied marketing and I became a digital marketer. And then I worked in Canada for 14 years. And then one of my clients was based in San Francisco. They were called Empire, and I went down to meet them, and it was like love at first sight. And I ended up moving literally. Oh, I was also going through a breakup, so that also helped. I was living in Toronto, and I had just gone through a breakup, and I met with the CEO of this company, and he's like, "Do you want to move to San Francisco?" I'm like, "Perfect timing, let's do it." And actually, I moved on my birthday, which is in 2 weeks. On that day, I moved to San Francisco. So it's 5 years on January 30th.
How has this been working for you? Like working at Empire Records, what is your favorite thing about music business here?
being at Empire has been one of the best decisions of my life. I think I've found my true identity and living my truest self since being there. Like I can fully be who I am and be paid to be who I am, and it's very comfortable. And I think if you're getting paid to be yourself and be comfortable, like that is the dream.
Is that like the thing, you never working day in your life, you should like what you do? Is that what?
I love what I do.
Okay.
Like every morning, first thing I do is I pray and I thank God because I'm so lucky to have this life. And I believe my purpose is to push the people around me and bring more value to their life and educate them, and just I want everyone to live a better life. And through music, it's been a wonderful way to do it.
So is that what you do, like only in your only business wise, or is that what you do like in personal relationships with people?
That is what makes me happy, is making the people around me better, whether it's physically, mentally, psychologically, even like just food, fashion. Like as long as I can elevate your life, I feel fulfilled. And luckily everyone loves music, so I can do that. But music is culture, and so that's fashion, and that's travel, and that's so all of it is like it's disguised as music, but it's culture.
Okay, so what is the one you have been recently named the GM for Empire Records, right? For creative and creative department.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like the thing that you are known for as a GM of a record company? What value do you bring to your artists and to the world in general?
It's a good question. So the value I bring as a GM, I think I'm very good at, like I said, my goal is to bring the best of people. The team around me, if you were to see every day how much they drive, and every day how they're so connected, and every day how they understand the objective and the purpose and how to serve the artist, that is what I bring. Is I make sure that everyone understands what the finish line is. Everyone understands what success is for all of us. And when an artist sees an army behind them that fully believes in them, then I know my job is completed. So as a general manager, it sounds very what's the word? Like vague, but as I mentioned earlier, the reason I'm so happy is my freedom in being myself, and you need a vague title to do whatever the fuck you want.
So that's being a general manager too.
Yeah.
Of Empire Records. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Miami nightlife. It is something that Miami has been known for many years.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of guys here, and they always complain about Miami girls. So my question is, what is one thing that you love the most about Miami girls, and what is that one thing that you hate, if we should say it like that, about Miami girls?
What I love, I think there's levels of Miami girls.
Okay.
There's like, I've been in Miami for 30 years. I'm born and raised here or whatever, and I know how it works, and I could option to be labeled a Miami girl or not. There's the Miami girl who moved here through COVID, and then, things were different, and they kind of went through a black hole, and they might come out, they might not. And then there's the Miami girls who just moved now and are trying to find themselves, and luckily you can be whoever you want right now, as before it wasn't the same way. What I love about Miami girls is they're very straightforward.
What does that mean? Like they come up to you and they say, "Hi, I need you to buy me this or that," or does it go like that?
It could be that, or it could be that, or it could be, I don't want to waste my time with someone like you, or it could be, this is not what I'm looking for. It could be, but that's, the worst thing is not knowing exactly where you stand in a situation.
That is true.
And so if, in any friendship, in any relationship period, you get anxiety, you get irritated when you're not sure. And so Miami girls will let you know exactly how it is. So you know exactly where you stand. And I love that. You know if someone's your friend, or you know if someone's your wingman, or you know if someone's using you. It doesn't matter. We're all like, it's straight. What I don't like is, honestly, not being able to give everyone a proper chance. Like I think some women aren't exactly what they appear, and it sucks that they are looked at in a certain way just because of the way they look. And I wish that everyone could be a little bit more open-minded without judging them from the way they look.
Okay.
All right, now I gotta take the shirt off. This is insane.
I think you should. I was just thinking about the shirt.
Shit.
Let me hold your mic.
Should we do both shirts or just one?
Whatever you want. It's too hot in here.
It's so hot. This was a better idea when I thought about it.
Yeah. That's better. But the hat stays on.
The hat stays on. All right.
It is winter, after all.
All right, grab this. All right.
So, let's go back. Okay, so the next question is like related to the previous one. Do you think that you can find your soulmate here, your love soulmate here in Miami, like a girlfriend or future wife? Do you think this is a place where you can find your future wife?
I think any place is the place to find your soulmate, your partner, your wife, whatever. It's a matter of how you look at things and what you're looking for. If I'm here, why isn't my soulmate here too? Like, if anything, like this is one of the most places you could. You just have to have the same perspective on life. I think the reason two people don't work out is they just have different ideas of what it means to be happy.
So, in terms of music, let's go back to music and music-related topics. Yeah, what is like the the one thing that you like listening to, and we would never say like a guilty pleasure of yours? What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like Limp Bizkit, Spine Shank, Slipknot, Korn, heavy metal. I can probably recite most of these albums from front to back.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I never say like your styling indicates something else.
I know because I used to, if you met me in college, I had straight black hair, black nail polish, Converse. I only hung out with like emo girls. I was like, I hate life, but that was me.
But now it's a different story, right?
Now I love life. Life is great.
Okay, so let me just read a few questions that people on the Instagram would like to know about you, and I wrote down a little bit of like little notes for myself as well. So, do you ever get bored like playing music? Ever?
Yes.
When is that?
When people aren't appreciative of what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's not so much as boredom. It's you feel. I've had this conversation recently with somebody, but like if I'm playing a set, that set didn't take me an hour to put together. That set took me 20 years of my life to put together.
Yeah.
And so sometimes if the crowd is not appreciative, I'm like, I'm not playing any of these good songs. You guys don't deserve it, because I worked my ass off to be here. And honestly, if it's gonna fly over your head, then what's the point? And so I get bored, and I'm like, you know what? I'm literally gonna play my least favorite songs because that's what you guys deserve.
So that's what you do. Like, did you ever like felt that you have to? That you're so underappreciated that you had to stop your DJ set and go home? Like,
no, I'm a professional. I finished the job, but I remember the last show I played. You get a lot better every time you play, and it's really just confidence. But the last show I played, almost I would hear people in the crowd, and based on their accents, I would play different songs.
Oh, so you're reading the crowd.
Literally, I heard girls, and I heard that they were from New York. I heard a New York accent, so I started playing like a remix of a New York record, and they went crazy. Then I heard a group of girls, and it was a bachelorette party, and they were from Mexico, so I played a mix of a You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I missed the question about the party scene in Miami. How would you describe the party scene in Miami?
The party scene in Miami is almost religious.
Almost religious?
Yeah, it's
like God is a DJ?
Yeah, no, it really is religious. Like, there's pillars you have to follow. There's parties you have to go to. There's people you have to respect. You have to pay your dues. Nobody starts DJing one day and then, you know, in a month they're playing that room. Like there really is, you know, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. It's very healthy. It's very competitive. It's very spoiled. It's a great market for the party scene. It's the Ibiza all year.
Okay.
And it's the people that we build here and the people that party, get the experience here, are the ones that travel the whole world and go to every party and are the most professional partiers.
Okay. So they're like the professional.
They're professional
clubbers.
partiers.
Yeah. Oh, and do your friends, do they ever like take advantage when you play at parties? Do they like ask you to play certain songs because they know you? Do you play songs for your friends, or you just like stick to the DJ set you have?
I always play music for the people in the room if I can. And I think in general, most music will be like this. The more data is being shared and things like that, we're just going to know exactly who's in the audience and how to play the perfect set. But like I mentioned earlier, if I hear something, I'll play a sound because I know they're going to like it. Like one thing I like to do at a party is I'll find the one person who is not having any fun. Okay. And I'll be like, all right, my mission today is to make that motherfucker dance. And as soon as they do, I'm like, okay, good, mission complete. But that's how I do it. But I think I take advantage of my friends. I force them to come to my shows. I force them to have fun. You know, all for, you know. But that's what friends do for one another.
That's true. That is true. Friends, I wouldn't say take advantage of each other, but like they help each other build something better.
As you get older, it becomes harder.
It does.
You know, like trying to tell my friends with kids or to come out to a show. Yeah. It's a lot. I better crush it. It better be the best show ever if I'm leaving my kids at home, you know?
Yeah. So what advice would you give today to an up-and-coming DJ or a music artist? Like, what is the one most important advice that they should know about the music industry?
I would say learn how to communicate. Okay. I think that's the problem with most artists is you can put out all this work into production, you can do all this stuff, but if your message isn't clear, why you're doing it, why I should care, why is it happening now, no one's gonna give a fuck. The reason your friends support you is because they know those answers. Okay. People outside of your friend group, they don't know those answers. So if you can communicate clearly why you, that's my advice.
Okay, that's I hope you guys are listening to this and you take notes. I have a short Q&A for you. Okay. These are like
short, like I have to answer quickly, or
well, you can elaborate if you want to, but the questions are meant to be answered really quickly.
Okay.
And it's like for people to get to know you better. So what song is in your head right now?
Badadan, Badadan, Badadan. That's the name of the song. Google it, it'll pop up.
Okay, Badadan. Okay. So what do you like more, scrambled eggs or sunny side up?
Sunny side up.
Don't look at my questions.
Okay.
What is your most prized possession?
My mom.
Your mom. You think your mom is your possession?
I think it's my most prized possession. Yeah, because once my mom's gone, I don't have that. Yes, that's my most prized item, period.
Okay, tell us a secret.
A secret? All right, let me think real quick. Oh, fuck, you said quick. All right. I secretly prepped for this podcast this morning, and I read a bunch of books and wrote a bunch of notes.
Did you get to get to any of those notes during this interview?
No, but
so the advice for you is like don't get prepared if you're about to get interviewed. Like just be in the moment, right? I would say something like that.
I think the advice is it's on that level, but every person's different. For me to be confident and to be secure, I'd rather be over prepared.
Is there something that you would like to share with us that I did not give you the chance to do? Right now?
I think it's just one thing I'd want to share is a lot of people, I think just because I'm reading this one book now, but learn to share and give a lot more than you receive and not have any expectations. Because
Is that like a Buddhist book that you're reading?
It's not a book. It's actually, it kind of is, but it's a bunch of books I'm reading, but they all say the same message. But life is too short to be upset at anybody, and life is too short to have expectations for anyone. So don't take anything personal and just be professional about it.
I like that. I hope you guys take notes on this. I have 3 more questions for you in this Q&A. What would you be if you weren't a DJ and producer?
I would be an actor.
An actor. Why?
Because I think I'd be really good at it.
You think or you know?
No, you know what it is? It's like, I feel like the life is like, imagine every day, every role you get to be a different person and live in a different place and change your weight and change your goals and change the way you move. I think it's like living so many lives, and I love that.
Some people would name that hell. Would say that's like a hell.
I just said one life. I want to live it as much as possible, and I feel like an actor, you get to do that.
Okay. So, what was the last thing that made you smile?
The last thing that made me smile is the book I was reading this morning. I forgot what the line was, but I was walking on the way here from a coffee shop, and I literally stopped and smiled because I thought it was incredible.
Can you remember what it was?
It was, I'll tell you.
We get a bunch of choppers here.
Yeah.
You know, we're in Miami.
It was this book, and there was this king who had an advisor, and the advisor had a bunch of people he looked to for inspiration. And so the king asked the advisor, "Who is your biggest person you go for inspiration?" And he said, "This one geisha."
Okay.
And he was like an escort. He said, "Yeah." He's like, "How could she possibly be the one that you learn from the most?" And so he tells the story about how she could have any man she wanted, but one day she fell in love with this prince. And so on a Saturday, which is her busiest day, she canceled all the guys. She said she was unavailable. She spent 12 hours getting ready that she herself looked like a queen. She waited all night for him to show up. All day, all night, never did. And then she realized that this whole time she was trying to get love from all these different people and through money and all of it, when all it was is like she had to love herself more than anyone else in order to receive love. And if you love yourself enough, you will never look out for someone to complete you. And that made me smile.
That's a good message as well. So and we are like at the end of the interview.
And the sun's coming, and we're getting a little bit of fire.
So we made this weather happen by having this interview. I would say it like that. But do you have anything to say to our audience, like if they should pursue their dreams, why? If they should look up to you, or look up to anyone else, or just find their own, like peace of mind?
I think if, my whole life I was always the outcast. I was always the guy who stuck out. I was always the guys that honestly no one believed in, including my parents.
Okay.
And then, but if it wasn't for like, what I'm saying is like struggle is only struggle if you make it so.
Okay.
Pain is inevitable, but struggle is optional. So whatever you're going through, use it as your catalyst. Don't use it as your weights. Don't use it as your anchor. And if, the number, like literally in my office, everyone calls me the most insane person.
Why
right?
is that?
Look at me. I'm insane. But no one who's ever changed the world was normal.
That is true. And
so just go crazy. Remember who you were before you learned anything, and try and go back to that person.
Yeah, that's what you were saying in the interview that I saw. You were saying that like you had to become someone that rules do not apply to you, right?
Yeah, I said rules apply to basic people.
Rules applies. Yeah. What does that mean? The rules apply to basic people.
Rules are written for the average person.
Okay, so if you're not an average person, then you should not follow the rules, right?
Yeah, I mean, take everything. Example, when you're it sounds hella stupid, and I don't care. Whenever I'm at a traffic light and there's no cars and no pedestrians pass,
you go through the red light.
Like if I'm walking, I'm a pedestrian,
okay.
And I walk and I see everyone else is still standing. I'm like, I would never work with any of these people.
Okay.
The kind of, they're like you need to, the rule is there so you don't hurt yourself. But if you understand the rule and you continue, that's how you move on. Like, you can't let these rules literally stop you from moving.
I think that was like the lesson for this interview. Like, don't let rules stop you in way of living life. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching the interview. Moody, thank you for
having me. It was an honor.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for hosting us inside of your hot tub here in Miami. Guys, stay with us, and just watch
episode 2. More budget Pelicans.
More budget for Pelicans, and stay tuned for more. Bye, guys.
Hell yeah.